to this video. I'm really excited to bring you this video this week because I have had a campaign going on for recruiting content creators, and so many of you have jumped on and you have set yourself up with one of the greatest opportunities of the 21st century. Well, hey, congratulations on that one. I want to follow that up with this. Regardless of whether you have joined the bandwagon yet, you are yet to join, or you're not even considering joining, I still want to put information out regarding this content creation. And today I want to actually focus on intentionality. Okay. There are some content creators who become infamous for different things. And there are some content creators who are also not famous, but you will associate certain principles with their page. I am one of them. I'm not famous. My videos don't go viral often. Most of the time, people who value my content watch it. It's only on specific, unique topics that my views are divergent and people just feel like sharing it, and so they share it. Most of the time, it's me talking about things I believe in, and I like to come at it from an intellectual point of view with a view to educate and transform people's thinking. And no, that's not something which is popular. However, sometimes I share with people how many outcomes I'm able to achieve on my platform, and they're like, how? You don't even have that many viewers. Yes, this is what I want to explain to you today. To apply core principles can get you outcomes without the infame, as I like to call it. You don't need 5K live watching, because in fact, for most people watching 5K live who don't have the live video monetization working effectively, I have live video monetization on Facebook, it's just ineffective. If you don't have that tool working very well, like most of us don't have it working well, even when you've got it set up and it's ready to go and whatnot, what tends to happen is majority of the people who watch you live in that 5K do not deliver a single outcome to you. It's a waste of your time. It's useless. You will be much better off having 15 people live like I do. 50 people. My average is anywhere between 30 and about 100. That's my average, depending on whether I am talking parenting or I'm talking personal development, whatever. But my average is somewhere in that range. That number allows you to have people to talk to, you have interactivity, you have engagement, it keeps you going, it lets the conversation flow, which is amazing. And then majority of the people who see my videos come to watch it after the video is finished, and the on-demand post-production monetization goes on, which works much better for me than the live one. So people would say to me, well, such a body has 7 million followers or 1.2 million followers. I'm like, okay, that's nice. That's really nice. And that can have advantages. Obviously, if companies were trying to evaluate your reach, if people were trying to see your influence, yes, they would use those numbers in the first place. So those numbers, if you could achieve them, are good. I am not going to sit here and say they are not. They are. But people who actually understand this game better look beyond those numbers. They actually look beyond the numbers to see how many of those people are actually viable. Because it's not everybody in the numbers that are viable. There are some people who have only 10 followers, but all the 10 followers are top-notch people. Those people can turn up and buy something worth $2,000, $5,000. And yeah, those 10 people buying things from this person will deliver more outcomes than majority of the people who have millions of followers who are razzbackers. People I call razzbackers are prospectors, hungry people. I belong in that category, by the way. Yeah, I'm a hungry person too. If I'm one of your viewers and you're selling anything more than $2, forget it. I will not be able to buy. And so most of your viewers fitting my sort of demographic is not going to be a high converting channel. I am a business person, and I can tell you this also. When I'm making decisions on who I should partner, I actually do look at the conversion rates for the person. I look at the caliber of people that they attract. And so you will hear that somebody with a small following is achieving outcomes, and people are like, how? X is much bigger. It's not about how much bigger. This is where intentionality comes in. A person like me, who is sat like this, talking to you like this, intelligently, will have a whole different experience engaging with potential brand partnerships than somebody who is, for lack of a better word, screaming and shouting and insulting people. Yes, they may have 1 million people watch live, but a company who is looking, and yes, most of the people who run ads on these social media spaces are companies. They are looking to market and advertise. No, they are not looking to just put their ads in front of empty faces. They actually want to get their ads in front of people who are more likely to buy and who have the capability to buy. That's their intention. And they evaluate two platforms. Sometimes they will evaluate favorably with the smaller platform, the higher quality platform, and people are like, how? Why? I want to explain it to you. I don't want to find, so I am somebody who sells courses. No, I don't want to find ordinary boys on the street who can't afford their $10 meal a day, because they will not be able to buy my course. No, I do not want my ad to appear on your platform. If I got a choice, I will restrict ads going to your platform, because the money I am spending putting my ads in front of your people is a waste of my money. Those people will never be in a position to buy. Well, they might ultimately, after a while, be in a position to buy. But right now, when I'm spending and I'm expecting to get returns immediately, those people are not in a position to buy immediately. So is it in my interest to actually have adverts appear in front of these people and for these social media handles to charge me for showing my adverts to people who are very unlikely to respond to the ad? No. And so, yeah, there are some people who actually suggest places where they don't run their ads. Some of the advertisers are actually quite categorical. If you want to run a Nike ad, you have to be a certain kind of brand. You do. And so people who create educational content, they have a whole different range, completely different from those who create entertaining content. An intellectual comedian or comedian will also have a whole different reach in comparison to somebody who is distorting their persona, who is distorting their features for entertainment. They attract different groups of people. Yeah, it might be comedy, but the one who's doing dry-witted comedy is likely to attract intelligent people. The one who is contorting himself and painting himself and making stupid of himself is not going to attract a certain caliber of people. And yes, we are generalizing here, but in the general, the people who are more intelligent are likely to be more competent. They are likely to be able to achieve certain outcomes. They are likely to be able to afford certain things. They will make decisions in particular ways, which alters completely. It's completely different from their other alternative, who will find the contortionist funny, hilarious, entertaining. The people who come to social media looking to find educated platforms, they are people who are prospectors themselves. They are people who are progress oriented. They often know what they want. So all it is for your brand partners to do is to position what they provide as the solution that these people want. And often these people are actually in a position to make a decision, to buy, to purchase. They can afford it. They don't need anybody else's permission. They do not need to go fundraise. If you're selling something up to $500, $1,000, there's a certain caliber of people who fit a particular demographic that would be able to afford that kind of thing on demand. They will see an ad, it's $1,000, they will not flinch, they will evaluate the value, and if the value meets the need, boom, they will pay. The average boy who is watching people on social media insult politicians will not be able to do that. Why have I said that? The average boy or girl on these platforms who is insulting the politicians in his home country or wherever is often a hungry soul. Often a hungry soul. Often somebody who has not figured out what they're going to do about their problems. There are people who are busy escaping. Yeah. And yes, often you will find these people under the breadline. No, they would not be able to afford $1,000. No, they would not. And so when I'm placing my ads as an advertiser, when I'm bidding, in my bid strategy, I am very clear of the people I want and do not want. And that's where you, as a content creator, knowing this information and your intelligence also comes in. Having said this to you, you might want to sit down and ask yourself, okay, do you want to go viral or do you want to achieve outcomes? Essentially, that's what this boils down to. If you are only interested in going viral, then you don't care who watches you. Go right ahead. Create any kind of content. There's no method to the madness. Just go. Insult anybody. Lie about anybody who is achieving anything. Anybody who's worth a name. Tag them. Drag them, because you'll find a lot of sad people who want to do it with you. People who also haven't figured out better things to do with their lives. They will come and join you to do it. And when you do it for a while, you will get millions of people. You will trend. You will be known. And you were never looking for outcomes anyway, so I suppose that's your outcome. Congratulations. That's what you wanted. You will achieve it that way, very simply. No judgment from me. If you are somebody who ever fancies yourself remaining monetized on these platforms, you might want an alternative strategy. Because you see, these guys, the social media guys, they want to also protect their reputation. They want to protect their own earnings too. No, they will not be in a hurry to encourage you to spoil it for them. That's why they have these community standards. Yes. If you are saying things about people that is untrue and these people were bothered to report you to the platform, you are stuffed. If somebody were to report you for defamation, you are stuffed. If somebody was to report you for abuse of any kind, honey, you are done. If people were to report you for bullying, cyberbullying, and so you will find that some big platforms that specialize in these things, whatever community you come from, I'm sure you know some. There's no need to name anybody. They are now so common. And Facebook has become quite strict these days in applying some of these rules. So it's the talk in most of these communities. Big platforms that have been decommissioned. They have been removed, completely removed. I heard about 2 or 3 this week. And one of them actually had my jaw on the floor. Really? Even this one? Yeah. They don't care how big you are. If what you do is likely to affect their business negatively, you are a goner. You are a goner. Sometimes they don't need to be that drastic with you. They don't need to decommission your page, but what they do is restrict you. Sometimes they actually demonetize you, and you know they have demonetized you, even that you want. There is another subcategory where they have not demonetized you, but they restrict you. Nobody sees your video. You can make a video. A friend of mine showed me some dynamics. I could not believe it. She took screenshots for herself, and she counted the number of people who were on her live video. There were 25 people, individual people, who commented while she was live, 25. So those 25 people were watching her. When she finished the page and she looked at Facebook and how many people Facebook had counted, Facebook says that the video had 2 views. How can 25 different people comment? How do 25 individuals comment? But there's only 2 views. She couldn't believe it. And I'm like, this is one of the unofficial, unsaid things about these platforms. Yes, they can restrict you. Yes, they can get on your wrong side. They can get under your skin and they will scratch you the wrong way. It's because you may have done something which has made your account unfavorable, but it's not something that they want to take you on and overtly demonetize you for. So they put you in jail, silent jail. For me, this silent jail is more dangerous than anything else because one, you don't know. Well, you've not been restricted, have you? But you have been restricted. There is no end date. They don't tell you when this starts. They don't tell you when it stops. You don't know the extent to which this thing is applied. For some people, it's only the views. For some people, it also hits your monetization. For some people, they no longer put your videos on watch, so people will see. They no longer suggest your videos, and so on. These platforms, especially the free ones, if you want to use this as the location of your primary business, I would suggest that you learn how the community rules are applied and you play very carefully. Because when they restrict you once, twice, 3 times, you are asking for trouble. I know somebody who's been restricted like this for almost 2 years. Yeah. Facebook hasn't blocked them. They haven't put them in jail. They have not demonetized them. But they don't make any money. Because they refuse to count the numbers who have clearly watched you. They clearly watch you, but Facebook will not count it. And so, what can you do? What I'm saying to you is that the way you position your content, how you curate and create the content, the type of content you create affects a lot of things. So people who are into financial literacy education, which I do some of the time, the videos that operate in financial literacy, those videos are premium because the premium advertisers know that the people who are ready and interested in financial literacy are often people who are premium customers. You must have money to be interested in keeping it. You must be making money to be interested in growing it. And so poor people often don't care about financial literacy. What are they using the literacy for? What is it for? What's the purpose? Nothing. Poor people are more interested in how, where, which, who will give them money. In fact, most people in that domain want to know who will give them money. Not even how they are making the money. The next step up is how to make money, where to make money. It's those who already know how to make money or have made money who are interested in how to keep money and how to grow money. And so people who come to financial literacy courses, they are premium. And a lot of companies will pay you premium for those customers. And because they know the kind of content that attracts those customers, well, the ad CPMs on these sorts of pages will be very high. I once went to a YouTube. The average is about $1.87, $2. This Indian woman, she teaches about stock, hardcore stuff. Yeah, her ad CPMs are around $200-300 average, when most of us are working with $1.87. And I'm like, yeah. What she teaches is high end. Who she attracts is premium. The people she attracts will buy like this when you show them the right things. They are capable of buying. And so as an advertiser, all you have to do is align your product to their needs and their outcomes, and they can buy it like that. They can pull a credit card like that and they will buy. And yes, advertisers know that these people are premium and they pay them premium. You, the content creator, creating comedy in your local language, your ad CPM is going to be low. Especially those of you who are African like me. The first thing anybody will see is your language. Who is watching? Africa, so poor people. Africa, oh, poor people. How many of these Africans watching this can afford to? No. And so the ad CPMs from some of us who operate in these domains are actually quite low. And yes, if the ad CPM is high, potentially you can earn high. If your ad CPM is low for the same sort of outreach, the same sort of viewership, you will earn significantly less. You see, in this conversation, I wanted to show you that the kind of content you create matters. The domain from which you create matters, because that helps to attract the kind of audience that you want. It is a strategy that needs to be reverse engineered. So first, you need to know who you want to attract. Then you need to understand what these people you want to attract like. When you know what these people like, the next question is how do you attract them? Remember, the whole thing is attraction marketing, right? Exactly. And yes, it's attraction marketing delivered by reverse engineering. Attraction marketing delivered by reverse engineering is something you have to do from a knowledge base. So yeah, who do you want? Why do you want them? What characteristics do they have? What sort of things would be interesting to them? What hooks can you use to bring these people in? And when you bring them in, what do you intend to achieve with them? These are all questions you need to ask yourself at this early stage of your content creation, so you can devise strategies to help you achieve them. I know this one has been a bit longer than what is my average, but I intentionally wanted to spend a bit of time to explain it to you, let you understand. Those of you in the courses are the reason why I am doing this, but it's also out there for those of you who just want to know, and those of you who are needing something else to encourage you to make the decision to get on board. Alright, let's call this a day here. We will continue this in a bit. I hope it's been enlightening for you, and let's hear from you in the comments what you think and what you would like to know next. Assalamu alaikum. See you soon.